to our parents. Another example to honor our parents is to be receptive to instruction. Proverbs 1:8, my son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother. A lot of wisdom about child and parental relationships in the Word of God, especially in Proverbs. We'll see a lot of that tonight. The fear of the Lord can be seen in a child's receptiveness to instruction from his or her parents as God speaks through them. And in Israel, parents were viewed as teachers in the home, and it should be now. And spiritual leaders in the community would provide assistance to this parental task. Well, that's what pastors need to be doing now, is providing some guidance to, especially to younger parents, if it's an older pastor who's already kind of been down that road, and provide some guidance to younger parents and some counsel to them. And so another way to honor our parents is to be receptive to their instruction. Another way is to be a righteous person. Proverbs chapter 23, and I'm going to turn, you don't have to, you can jot it down, or you can turn with me if you want to, but I'm going to flip over here to Proverbs chapter 23. Because there are several verses kind of scattered just a tad in there that I want to refer to. Proverbs chapter 23, first verse 15. My son, if your heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. If your heart is wise, Dad says to his son, my heart will rejoice. Or maybe a mother saying it. Yes, my reign shall rejoice. Or in other words, my heart will rejoice. My reins or my heart will rejoice when your lips speak right things. Nothing pleases a parent more than to hear their children say the right things. to say things that are uplifting, that are especially God honoring, and kind of reflects some of what they have learned from their godly parents at home. And so he says, when you do this, my heart rejoices. Godly parents, most of us godly parents, we hope and pray our children will grow up to be righteous and wise people. The Apostle John writes in his third epistle, he said, I have not greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. Well, I identify with that. I am a big proponent of truth, of walking in truth, preaching the truth, teaching the truth, all these things. I'm a big proponent of that. And nothing pleases me more than when my children walk in truth. I think I might have shared here the other week when a bunch of us went out to a restaurant. I think it was for Father's Day or something. I believe it was for Father's Day, wasn't it? When we went to Redbone. And we were sitting around the table, and the new grandbabies were there, and our kids were there, and just the subject came up about something about paying for an item on the menu they had brought, and one of them said something about, well, I need to go pay for that item, because they didn't see anything about it, and really just to kind of see what the response was going to be. I said, because I would certainly never advocate this. I said, well, hey, if they don't say anything. That's the thing a lot of people say. Well, if they don't say nothing, if they didn't say nothing, I wouldn't say nothing. And Josh chimed right then. He said, Daddy, you know it ain't right. I said, it ain't. He said, you know it ain't right. He said, that's same as stealing. I can't tell you how my heart thumped inside of me to hear him espouse that. And it always blesses a parent's heart when their children say right and do right, especially when they walk in the truth. So we need to be obedient, be receptive to instruction, be righteous, be a righteous person, be receptive